Life be lifing. We just talking Greazy. Welcome to the show. Hey, yo, what's good, gang? What's good, man? We back. We back in the building with another one. You feel what I'm saying? We back. The shop is open. So welcome back to another one. You know what I'm saying? Back to the place where life be lifing. You see what I'm saying? Where we keep it real, we keep it loud, we keep it funny, we keep it engaging, and we try to keep it cool, if you may say so. But tonight we got a special edition. Mic check. It's real quick studio. Mic check.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Hold on one second. So tonight we got a
Gotcha.
special edition. Tonight we got a special edition. You know what I'm saying? Last night we did an episode. Um, shoot, broke the cheek. You know, for the men. Tonight we're gonna do one for the ladies. With my magnificent co-host Miss Studio leading this up. I'm gonna let her allow her to run this show. You know what I'm saying? So it's all her. So hey, we finna turn it over to the hands of Miss Studio. Tonight's title, Dating Ain't Free. The real cost of dating as a woman. So I'm saying, Miss Studio, it's in your hands. Miss Studio? Miss Studio?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, it's in
All right. Yeah, so thank you for having me. Um, I need that applause. Can I get that applause? All right. Thank you. So tonight we're talking about how dating isn't free and the cost of dating as a woman. So, I mean, before we talk about money, I don't know. I guess I want to slow this down for a second because dating costs women in ways that kind of never show up on a receipt. You know what I mean? Like emotionally, a woman shows up open, right? Not like reckless open, but she's regulating her feelings. She's staying soft without being naive. She's choosing curiosity over defense, and that takes a lot of effort. Like sometimes restraint, sometimes courage, and then mentally, um, she's doing the quiet math the whole time, right? Is this safe? Is this consistent? Is this aligned with what I'm praying for? Or am I just negotiating with myself again? You know, that mental load doesn't clock out when the day ends. It literally follows her home. Some people think about it at night, you know, and then financially, even when a man does pay, a woman still invests all the preparation, you know, hair, nails, makeup, clothes, outfit, shoes, bag, the time, the missed opportunities, sometimes childcare, sometimes rearranging her whole schedule for this date, sometimes choosing not to book something else because she's given that moment a chance. And spiritually, dating can be expensive. You're guarding your peace, you're discerning intention, you're asking God questions you already know the answers to, and still hoping that you're wrong in the best way. You know what I mean? So, and then there's the noise, right? You got family asking, so where's this going? You know, homegirl saying, like, girl, don't get too attached. And then the men you're dating asking for access before they've even shown consistency. So everybody has an opinion, everybody has advice, and somehow the woman is like expected to stay open and calm and hopeful and unbothered while carrying out all of that. So when women talk about effort, I don't think that it's entitlement. I think it's awareness. And it sounds like we're asking for too much sometimes, or at least it feels like we're asking for too much, right? But it already feel like we're giving a lot. doesn't it? You know? Oh, thank you. I get some applause. Look at it. So the first thing I want to ask is like, hey, Royal Z, thank you for coming to the show. So the first thing that I want to ask is like, what do you think women give emotionally on dates that often goes unnoticed? TG, you disappeared. Here you go. Oh,
Oh, my bad. Hey, I was letting you do your thing. I'll let you rock out. You feel me? Hey, nah, I was in my own little world. But you said, what do I think? Run that by me again. I'm sorry.
I was like, what
Just
do you think women give emotionally on dates that often goes unnoticed?
emotionally.
Yeah,
Oh, whew, mm, what do I think they give?
yeah. I'm the host,
Um,
so
yeah,
you
yeah,
got to answer
yeah.
the question.
You gotta keep throwing it up there. Roy Z said, "Oh, I'm sorry. You the host. I'm sorry." Oh,
Yeah, Rosie said, yes, this is true. Purple Heart, we love that.
okay, okay, okay. Um, well, emotionally, I think for a woman, they give a lot. Because women are emotional creatures. So according to what kind of mindset she comes into that to that date, that you know what I'm saying, then it determines on how much she actually give. You know, because she could come in there carefree and not give a whole lot, but then she could come in there very emotional and give a lot. You know, because some women out there actually are looking for a good man or a good partner or a good companion in their life. You know what I'm saying? And women don't. One thing about women, that women don't like to waste time. So, um,
You don't think so?
no, no, women don't like to waste time. But yeah, she can definitely come with a lot of stuff that lose a lot of stuff emotionally. Um, just by going on one date that probably don't turns out to be nothing.
I agree. Well, not necessarily. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like, emotionally, I feel like women give grace and women give patience and women give that man the benefit of the doubt. Because let's be honest, like some of y'all want, a dime piece and y'all don't be a five. We just come keep it a 100 and we just be giving it a chance because looks isn't everything. Like, do we want people to look nice on our arms? Absolutely. Right? Okay, so Rosie said high expectations, emotional learning, that other person. That's right. And emotional chances. That is so good. Yeah. I agree with her. Because like I think we do, yeah, sometimes we do give like high expectations. I don't know. The dating pool kind of trash right now, so the bar kind of low. I don't really speak a whole lot. It's bad out here. But I do agree with that. With the right man, he looking good. He got a car, his haircut, he nice clothes. Your expectations gonna be up there. And then like emotionally learning that other person, like she was saying, like I think um women do that all the time, because for us, a lot of us, we do really want to get to know this man at a core level. And let's just be honest, men like to play games. Like I don't even think a lot of them be serious out here. I really don't. They be, talking crazy, saying these so called jokes, but they really be demeaning in a way. Or a lot of times, like men have like these, what would you call them? Not stereotypes, but like, let's just go with that for a lack of a better word. Like these stereotypes in their head about women in general. Like, oh, all women do this, or all women are gold diggers. And it's like, sir, you didn't even got a chance to know me. And I feel like that's a part of the emotional learning the other person, because what does this man think? Right? What is he trying to say? You know what I mean? And then she said like emotional chances. Like some of these dudes, you be giving them chances over and over again. You might go on a first date, and then like one time I went on a date with a guy, um, and he told me, "Oh, so," and to me the date didn't go well, but he told me like, "Yeah, I'm ready for the second date now. Where do you want to go?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't think I want to do," that." So I don't know. Like sometimes these people that we're given all of these emotional things to, our softness, our emotional regulation, the benefit of the doubt to these men, I don't feel like it's appreciated, you know? I really don't.
So, mind if I ask you a question?
No, go ahead.
So, what's the most money you ever spent on getting ready for a date that didn't go nowhere?
$700.
What the hell?
Yeah, $700 for sure. It didn't go not a place. That was money that I could have kept in my pocket. And I
What did you
saved
buy?
it
You
because
bought a house for that date or something? Like what you
I wish the
like?
house
What did
did
you
cost
like?
seven
What?
hundred
Yeah,
dollars.
nah. Like what did you buy?
Man, do you really want to know? Oh,
I'm just saying that's a whole house note. Like, come on, like, that's hey, come on. I don't know what. So please elaborate to me. What would cost to just run down briefly what would cost like that much getting ready for a particular date with a guy.
okay. So, oh my goodness. So basically, this particular date, um, I was going out with a young fella, and he have a whole lot of money, and I was like, oh, that's cool, you know. And he suggested that we have a picnic, and I was like, oh, okay. And at the time, I had never ever been on a picnic ever. And so I was like, oh, well, if I go on a picnic, then I need a picnic basket, right? $50. Go. Oh, if I, I think, think I was saying, the studio got money, girl. I mean, the Lord provides, the Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. We never know. You know what I'm saying? Oh, oh man. And then I was like, well, I need something to sit on if I'm like gonna be outside. You know what I'm saying? Because picnics are usually outside. I've never seen pictures or heard or anything in the movies where people are inside doing a picnic. So I was like, okay, well, I need like something to sit on. So like I contacted him and I collaborated with him and I was like, what things do you already have for a picnic? And he was like, well, I've actually never had a picnic. And I was like, oh, me either. Like, what things would we need? Because, like, let me Google this, right? And Google was like, oh, you need a picnic basket and you need like something to sit on, So, usually, like a blanket, which I don't have. Or at the time, I didn't have like something that I could lay on the ground. Like, if I got a blanket, it's in the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm cuddling up with it. Like, it ain't number one blanket. So, I had to do that. And then the food. I went to Costco and got some stuff. And Costco was a few $100s. I got sandwiches, I got like drinks and stuff for us to drink. A lot of different options like nuts, candy, popcorn, because I didn't really know what he liked to eat. And I asked him, and he was just like, "Oh, it's whatever," which really didn't give me much to go on. And so I didn't want to be insensitive, and because what if he was like allergic to nuts and all I brought was nuts? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it was a lot, but I'm sharing this to make a point, right? I'm not sharing this as a flex. And then like I had to get my hair done, I had to get my nails done. I didn't have like a sundress or anything because if I'm just gonna be honest with my lifestyle, I don't have casual clothes. Like I run a business. You know what I'm saying? So I have business clothes, which I also wear to church, so and then I go out to the gym and that's it. So I only have like workout clothes that's specifically working out. And I ain't talking about like, like sweats and a t-shirt. I don't own a t-shirt like at all. I don't own a pair of jeans, so I had to go out and buy this stuff. Like, I bought a real pretty dress and some casual shoes that I added to my wardrobe. And when I was done spending all that money, like it was like $710, something like that, like right over $700. I had to put gas in the car because he didn't stay close; he stayed far away. Um, I got like like those. It's not a gazebo, but it's kind of like a tent that you put up outside or whatever. I already had one, but I bought like an extra chair because I didn't have a chair for the size of this person. So it was like, and them chairs cost $70. Like it was it was expensive. Um, but what stood out to me wasn't the number, it was how intentional the experience was. Like the planning, the thought, the way I felt considered. And that's what made it memorable, not the price tag,
Mm,
you
okay.
know?
Yeah, yeah. So do you think men really understand how much maintenance costs for a woman, or do they think it's optional? You know what I'm saying? Cause some men be thinking like, y'all ain't really gotta do all that, but or do we not really understand the dynamic of it?
Um, I, mm, you mean to get ready for a date?
Yes.
I don't think men, well, I think some men understand it, right? To say all men, all or nothing is like a fallacy. But I don't think most men fully understand it. And I don't think it's because they don't care. I think it's because they don't experience it. Like getting ready for a date, it's not about looking good. It's about, I mean, also look good, but it's about timing, planning, emotional prep, mental focus. Like it's about deciding how much energy you give before you even leave the house, you know? So like there's patience in waiting on hair and makeup and nails. Like everybody can't do a cute face in 15 minutes. Like for me it takes like, and I'm new to makeup. So if I want to enhance my beauty, because that's like the point of makeup, right? If you have scars and blemishes to kind of cover that up so you don't feel self-conscious the whole time and you can actually be present in the date. You want to make yourself beautiful or you want to feel beautiful because you're not doing it for him, you're doing it for yourself, like as a woman. So like it take me 2 hours, to just on my face, and then if I don't do my own nails, which my nails are long and I don't feel like fooling with them a lot of times, like I have to go to the shop and it's 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the outfits, like trying to figure out, like if you have a man, you're going on a date and the man is spontaneous. And he just is the type of man who exhibits leadership early on. And he says stuff like, oh, well, I'll pick you up at 7. Be ready at 7. You know what I'm saying? And he don't give you any clue of where you're going. Like you got to make the decision. Do I want to wear heels? Because what if he takes me to a concert? Or do I want to wear sneakers? You know what I'm saying? Just in case we go like bowling or something. Because she don't know where she's going. And he hadn't told her. You know what I'm saying? Some men don't do that. Excuse me. Some men don't let you know. So, like, I feel like there's patience in staying calm when things don't go smoothly. Like, there's patience in showing up um open instead of guarding. And by the time a woman arrives, she already invested the time and the attention and the emotional presence, and that's not visible, but it's real. So it costs us a lot. You know. So, what parts of getting ready do you think go unseen? Since you asked me that question.
I mean, I think the behind the scenes don't get seen by a man unless he actually living with you. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm just dating you and we're not living together, I don't know unless you actually tell me. I don't know how much time it took for you to get ready. I don't know. Cause for men, some men it take the max for a man is probably 30 minutes. The max for a man to get ready for a date. You know what I'm saying? Like real talk. Like it don't take that long. You know what I'm saying? So if we thinking, oh, she should be ready in 30 minutes, then with the woo, I don't necessarily know the behind the scenes. I don't know whether you gotta put on makeup, or I don't know how long it takes you to put on makeup. I don't know if you gotta uh, uh, pin your hair up and put a wig on. I don't know if you gotta, go buy a new outfit or iron the outfit or go get it from the cleaners. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know none of these. Um, what's where I look for? I don't know none of these things that could happen just because we said let's go on a date. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't tell me, then most of the time I'm thinking you maybe you're ready 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know. That's the part that goes unseen for a man is what happens before I get there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I feel like that's a part of counting the cost of dating because, like, we spend all this time. Like, I know for me personally, if I have a date, if I know that I have a date scheduled that week, like for me, I used to only block out Thursdays for dates. And if I know I got a date that night, I'm not doing nothing else on Thursday. Waking up, praying, showering, and then literally getting ready for the date that entire day in order to be on time for a 7 o'clock dinner. You see what I'm saying? Like, and it's not because I'm moving slow. You know what I'm saying? It's like because it's a bunch of junk to get done. You know, like you were saying, like some women wear wigs, some women do their natural hair, some women have sew-ins, and we really not gonna talk about hair, but hair take a long time, especially if you're a natural. You know, like it take a long time. So I feel like a woman, um, we put in a lot when it comes to like as far as like the maintenance behind a date. You know, as far as like I know we was talking about some other stuff too, but it's a lot of energy goes into like just the safety planning alone. Hey, I am Mary said, hey gang, hey girl. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to the podcast. So tonight is the women's version and we are talking about what it takes, like what does it cost? The cost of dating as a woman. And I already ran through a plethora of things, right? But right now we're talking about like safety planning because that's the whole thing, you know. I feel like, well, for me, and I can only I'm sure a lot of women do this, but some people have large friend groups and some people have small friend groups. Some people have big families and some people have little families. Well, you probably asking Miss Studio, why are you saying this? Well, that matters too when you're a single woman and you're dating because if you got kids and you ain't got no family support, like parents don't want to help you or they're passed away or you don't have a whole lot of friends or whatever, childcare can become an issue. It's safety for the kid. Now I gotta pay anywhere from $100 to $200 for somebody to watch the kid for the 3-4 hours that I'm out, or if your kids are a little bit older, they probably can fend for themselves, but I still gotta cook before I leave the house to make sure they fed. You see what I'm saying? So I'm spending the day doing those type of things. And then also with safety. Like, cause I feel like let's talk about this because it doesn't get said out loud enough talking about safety planning because a lot of women the dating kind of doesn't start when the date starts. The preparation starts to date, you know? And a part of that preparation is safety. And I know you probably think like, oh, well, if you're talking about safety, then you must be afraid. Like it's not about fear. It's about awareness. It's not assuming the worst. It's about respecting the reality of the situation that you're in. And before the woman already leave the house, like she's making decisions like where are we meeting? She asking herself, is this place a public place? Is this place well lit? Who knows where I'm going? Right? Because sometimes and I've done this too. Almost every time I go on a date, I have a set of friend girls and a set of people that I trust that I call them earlier that day or earlier that week, and I be like, hey, I'm going on a date Thursday. And especially if I know where it's going to be, hey, I'm going on a date with X, Y, and Z. You know, this is the place that we're going. This is the time that I'm supposed to be there. I'm going to leave my location on just in case something happens. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a thing. Like women are also thinking like, how am I gonna get there and back? Like especially like if you got a man that is if a man is what do you call him like a true gentleman and he's not a modern man, he's gonna want to pick you up from your house. So you got to think about okay, well he said he wanted to come over here and pick me up at 7, but some women don't feel comfortable, you know, letting a man come to their house and they're a single woman. That's the safety issue in 2026. Because men to figure out where you stay and then they'll say like, "Oh, where do you live?" so that I can send you flowers, and you give out your address, and now this man's stalking you. That's happened to me before. You know what I'm saying? So it becomes like a safety concern. And then, like even if you do have a car and you want to meet them there, because I know like on first dates a lot of times like I'm finna meet you. You're not coming to my house. You don't need to know where I live because I have other people living here with me. And just because I made a bad decision with a person that I don't really know and I get them my address, that then jeopardizes the safety of the people that stay with me. And that's not fair to them because they didn't make the decision. I did. You see what I'm saying? So I don't let folks come to my house. I'm finna meet you. Where we having it at? Where is it? You know? Oh, it's at this restaurant. Okay, I'll be there at 7. You know what I mean? Like women are thinking about that. Like, do I have my own transportation? And even if you do have your own transportation and you make it there, if the date doesn't go well, you don't want that man walking you back to your car so he could get your tag number and look you up on the internet. Because it's a lot of stuff that's free information out here. If somebody got the right information about you, they could figure out your whole life. For real talk. So, you know, then a woman, sometimes I know I think like when I'm going on a date, like, how late is this date ending? You know, is there anybody else in the chat who be thinking about that? Like, what other questions a woman think before she leave the house? Like, because I feel like we're already making decisions. Like, what if my exit? Like, what is my exit if I feel uncomfortable? I think about that too, especially like if I'm going to a place that's dimly lit. Like, if I'm going to a bar to meet up with a guy for some drinks, and I personally don't really drink, you know, but if he said, "Oh, I want to take you out to a bar, woo doo woo," or I can meet you there, you know, I'll pay for something to eat and we can have drinks. Like I'm not finna drink because you're not finna root for me. And then if I'm sitting in front of you drinking a Sprite or some water or something because I don't drink alcohol, especially not with people that I don't know yet, you know, um, and the date is not going well, I'm gonna be thinking about my exit strategy. Like, how am I gonna get out of here? This man is real touchy grabby. You know, he bought $20 plate of food and he think now he can have access to me and have sex with me. Like, I don't want to have sex with him. He's a jerk. You know, I'm ready to go. And when you tell guys like, "Oh no, I'm finna get ready and leave," it's getting late, I should head out, or something like that, it doesn't matter. So with some men, it doesn't matter how sweet and kind you are. Like these men are grabbing you and snatching you back. Oh, and get mad, like, "Oh, what you mean?" Stuff like that. So like all of that happens quietly. Like the safety planning, that's what it looks like. You know, it's not dramatic. This is reality.
So,
And I feel,
so,
go ahead,
oh my bad. Go ahead.
go ahead, go ahead.
So, have you ever canceled a date because you didn't feel like spending the money to, do the maintenance to be cute or beautiful for that night?
No, if I cancel the date, well, I tend to be a person of my word. I try to, if I tell somebody I'm gonna do something, I try to really do it for real. And if I don't come, then something big happened, and that's usually the only time I cancel a date. I might be late to a date, but only like in a span of 10 minutes or so. I'm not finna cancel a date if I don't want to do it because that. Well, I'm gonna say this: there's never been a time that I have canceled a date because I didn't want to do it. I'm pretty much an optimistic person, and if I say yes to the date, then I'm really trying to get to know you. Like that's me giving you a shot. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, 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 yeah.
if he confirms the plans and it's clear to me what it is that he wants to do, then yeah, I go out on a date. But I have had like a guy be like obscure about what he meant. He'll say like, "Oh, this place over here is the karaoke bar. They having a karaoke night tonight." And that's all he'll say. He wouldn't ask me, he wouldn't invite me out. Like, do you also want to join with me or this, that, and the other? Like, you got to be clear. What time you want me to be there? Where's the place? And then I show up. Oh, look, Sublime Cloud. Okay, big trim. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's
All
it.
right.
That's it. All right. So, you have brought up money, and then you have brought up emotional energy, correct? So, which one you think costs the most with dealing with a woman and dating?
I also brought up safety.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, you did. Yeah, 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 you did. Okay.
trim team stand up. Yeah. You can't see me, but I'm flexing my arms like I'm strong. I don't even know what big trim mean. I just be saying it now when he come on. But yeah, to answer your question, for me, I don't really feel like we talked about the most important thing yet.
Oh,
But if
okay.
you're saying like out of the two that we
Yeah.
or out of the three we've spoken about thus far, um, mm, I don't know. It depends on who you asking. Because money could be an issue for women, just like dating is
I
expensive
mean,
for men, it's expensive for women. And then safety could be an issue because I might
now
be
we asking you.
confident. Yeah. Okay, so asking me specifically. Okay, out of the
All right, all
three,
right.
I don't know. That's hard to choose. They kind of equal to me, but I think
Mhm.
safety would weigh more for me.
Okay.
Like, do I feel safe? Do I feel comfortable? Do I feel safe emotionally when I'm in the presence of this man? Like, because if you're going on a first date, you've had limited time to talk to him. So this is basically a stranger, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
We're only going off of looks.
Okay, so now do you think men actually value the effort that y'all put in before the date, or they just like what they see?
Do I think men actually value what?
The effort that y'all put in before the date, or they just like the finished product?
Mm, I don't really know the answer to that question. Like in the mind of a man, I'll never know because
No,
I'm
I'm
not a
asking from your
man.
opinion. But I'm asking from your opinion. What do you think from your life experiences? Do you feel like men have appreciated the process that it took for you to get ready for the date, or do you feel like they appreciated how you looked at the finish of it more?
Um, well, my personal it's kind of 50-50. It's kind of 50-50 because I've gone out on dates with people and they ain't say a word to me like about my appearance,
Hmm.
and you could like casually bring up stuff like, oh, the traffic was crazy. I'm sorry I was late. I had to stop and get some gas with the woo, you know. Um, and then it's been other times where um I've gone out on a date with the guy, and as soon as he lays eyes on me, his eyes get big, and he's almost salivating at the mouth, and he verbally says to me, "Wow, you look gorgeous," or "You look beautiful tonight," or "You smell amazing," And in those times where a man like says those things to me, it lets me know that that's my way of knowing that he appreciates um like the effort I put into it, because perfume is not cheap. You spend $100 a pop, and you don't want to smell the same on every single date unless that's your signature, smell. You know, so I just feel like I don't know what you ladies think. What Supreme Clout think? Because, but generally speaking, though, I don't know. It's kind of been 50-50. But if I could just choose one, I would say, honestly, I think men appreciate the finished look first because that's what they can see. Like the effort that happened before the date is invisible unless it's named or experienced. And
Right.
that
Okay.
doesn't mean that also don't mean that men don't value it. It means that they respond to like what's right in front of them, right?
Right.
Because like the difference shows up in how a man treats the experience, is what I think. Like when he values the effort behind the look, he's like when he's on time, when he's prepared, clear, respectful of my boundaries, and consistent. Like afterwards, like when he does that, it it kind of complements like this thought process that we're talking about right now. Like when he
Okay.
only values the finish, he complements the appearance, but the follow through is like where the light is for me.
Okay. Okay. So so now my question is how often do you feel pressured to look better than the last time you saw that person?
Ooh, that's a good question. How often?
Yeah.
Well, and you said pressured.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think
Or
I'm
do you even feel pressured? You know what I'm saying? Just you know.
well. I don't actually know how to answer that question. I think more often than people realize, like not every date, but often enough, it becomes a part of the experience. Like there's this quiet pressure to outdo the last version of yourself and to show progression and to show effort and to show that you're still interested and that you're still attractive and that you're still worth choosing again. And that pressure doesn't always come from men directly. Like sometimes it comes from the patterns of what's going on, you know? And I think that needs to be said too, because I feel like that's a part of the cost, right? Like women, how can I say this? Um, I guess the best way to describe what I'm trying to say is like if I'm a woman and I'm going out on a date and I get a second date, am I well, it depends on if the attention is high the first time. Because if the attention is high the first time, then you start wondering, like, do I need to maintain that level to keep it, to keep him interested? Because men are like visual creatures, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it definitely can turn into a mental loop for a woman, especially if it's a woman who thinks she's in her head all the time. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
you'll start thinking stuff, you'll spiral. You like, did I look good enough the last time? Should I switch it up? Should I do more? Should I do less? Should I try harder? And like that's where dating can quietly become a performance instead of like a presence. And at some point, you start asking yourself, like, am I being appreciated for who I am? Or am I being rewarded for how well I present myself? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, because wanting to look good is natural, right? Feeling like you have to raise the bar just to stay valued, or to feel valued from a man, that costs something emotionally,
Okay. Hmm.
you know? The chat
So
quiet, like, dang.
yeah, they done got quiet. So is there anything that you heard men complain about on a date that women, tend to pay or something like that, or tend to spend their money on a date? You know what I'm saying?
I've heard
Like,
men say a lot of stuff like, oh, I don't like all that makeup. A woman look like a clown with the makeup on, or you know, and that's like usually a man's subtle way of telling you, like, hey, you got too much makeup on. I want to see what you look like without makeup. And then there's, I've heard, and makeup could have cost like Mac is expensive. Like I just bought a Mac brush and it was $45 just for a brush, just for the tool to use on my face. You know, yeah. How do you say that? Exton kid, Elston
yeah,
kid,
yeah,
64
yeah.
94. He was like, weave. Yes, weave is very expensive. Weave can start anywhere from $50 to 3 grand for one day, one unit. One hairstyle. Anywhere from $50 to 3 grand. And on the $50 side, on the lower side, that's a woman that's spending more time on the upfront, you know, on the backhand, kind of like doing her own hair, and she already has everything, but it's still money. You know what I'm saying? So, and that can take hours. And then he also said nails. Yep, nails are expensive. You get your nails and your toes done. Like if I want to go out and he want to take me to a rooftop bar, I want to have my toes out, cause you know when you got the little doggies out, you know what I'm saying. You don't want them barking. You feel me? You want to look nice. You have your toes out in a cute
Nah,
little
nah.
bodycon dress. Yeah, on a rooftop in a romantic setting. Like absolutely, I'm wearing a stiletto with my toes out, and so it costs anywhere from 100 to 200 to get your no, nails and toes done. So easy. I mean, the cost for a woman is like crazy, and so I feel like we have a right to be picky about certain stuff because we're spending like if we put that cost up to what y'all do, and this is just a general date. This is not a man going all the way out. This is not a man buying us flowers. This is not a man driving to our house to pick us up. I'm not talking about a man that's taking us to a 3-star Michelin restaurant. Like if we're just going to a regular restaurant, that's $2 signs on Google or $3 signs on Google. The highest thing on that menu is probably $50, right, for one person. So he probably not gonna spend more than like $100, $200 max, if that, because y'all might want to get some drinks. Really, really $200. What they say? But late on bills. I don't know. You're gonna have to elaborate on that one, Elston.
I think he talking about me, and I think he talking. I don't know. I don't know who he talking about. But, yeah, he got to elaborate. I don't know.
Yeah, he gonna have to elaborate on that one, cause.
Mm, the show. I'm sorry.
But when you think about dating effort, like absolutely, like you could probably look at a woman and just from the top of her head to the soles of her feet, she probably done spent minimum $700 minimum. And if she doing anything less than that, it's because she done already spent the money up front and like got her nails done last week, right? Or already had her hair done, or already had something in. Because everybody don't have like the type of wardrobe to date. Because that's the whole thing. Like when you go out, you want to look nice. Like if he's giving you a chance, you want him to think that you're attractive. And so you gonna put your best foot forward. I think everybody does that when they dating, you know?
Yep.
So
I know what you're saying. Yeah. Go ahead.
so when y'all think about dating effort, like what's something y'all didn't realize mattered until somebody pointed it out?
Ooh. You asking me that, or you asking the chat? Who you asking that?
I'm asking everybody.
Oh,
I
okay.
want some engagement.
Shoot. Well, for me now, because just not dating you, I really don't know right off the back whether you got to put on a wig or not. Whether you paying for, you could have your own nails. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. So for me, the first date, a lot of that, a lot of this stuff is looked over because I don't know that from the door. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't know you had to go
Hmm.
spend $100 on a wig or $200 on a wig or $150 to go get your hair braided up to put on a wig or to go get your nails done. I don't know all that at first. So at first, that's definitely gonna get looked over until I find that out later. You know what I'm saying? So
It's gonna get looked over. What they
initially,
say?
yes.
Okay. It says weave, nails, lashes, but late on her bills or call a man cheap for not spending $50 on your food. I ain't never say a man was cheap. Here we go. Here we go. We talked about that.
I don't think he was saying you. I think he was just talking to general.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I hear that. And I actually think that comment proves why preparation matters. Because preparation isn't just about lashes or a receipt, it's about alignment. And if somebody is investing in appearance but struggling with responsibility, that's a conversation about priorities. And on the other side, if someone can afford effort but chooses not to give, that's also a choice. So preparation changes how a date feels because it signals intention. When preparation is balanced, the date feels easy. When it's lopsided financially or emotionally or practically, then that's when the tension shows up. Okay, he said he wasn't talking about me. That's great. Thank you. So maybe like the real question isn't like who's spending what on what, but are both people like preparing in ways that make sense for where they are in life? Because I've been on dates to where I've worn like a designer bag and the man thought like, oh, well, she has a designer bag, then she could pay for her meal. And it's like, sir, I'm a widow. My husband bought me this before he passed away. So this was free. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't know what somebody's circumstance is. You see what I'm saying? But preparation exposes like priorities. I think when effort and responsibilities kind of don't match, then the date feels off on either side. So let me ask this though. Like what does responsible hold on, let me see. Elson said they say broke men should not be dating. Same for women. Absolutely. Yeah, you hear me preaching about this all the time. Go back and watch the other podcasts from the last couple of days. Like we definitely been talking about this almost every night. Um, like absolutely. I preach that. Like if you broke, don't date. Right. And I don't want like the podcast tonight to sound like, oh, I'm complaining. Cause I'm not. I can afford to date, and a lot of women can. And so we were just talking about the real cost of dating as a woman and how sometimes things get like unlooked on the woman's side. Because last night we did the man side of it. So the host told me to host tonight, and we were gonna talk about more of the women's side. That's for anybody new who just came in.
Yeah, hit that like, subscribe button if you hadn't already did it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to content. Appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate y'all. Go ahead, Mr.
Let's
Leo.
also let's also talk about what I feel like is one of the most important sides of dating. And this might ruffle some feathers a little bit, but we ain't talking greasy unless we do, right? Would you do a coffee date? Asking asked, would I do a coffee date? Um, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. Like, don't take me for coffee, like in a place where I can get my car jacked when I meet you there. Like, let's think about safety. But I would go on a coffee date, to try to get to know someone. I know some women. I have women in my friend group. It's like, oh well, don't let a man take you on a coffee date because you're a cheap date, and I'm not dating a man to see how much money he makes. I'm in a different place in my life. Like I can, like I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm dating a man to be my partner, like in the future, my life partner. I need a husband. I don't. I'm not dating a man to take anything from him. I want to add to him. So it kind of, I don't care if we walk in the park or around the lake. Long, take me to a sunset. Oh, okay, see, that's what I'm talking about. Elskin, he was like Applebee's, walking the park. I'm absolutely fine with Applebee's. Like they got a what 2 for 13 or something like that. I'm cool with that. If I'm trying to get to know you, like do what makes sense for your wallet. Like if a man, okay, if I'm meeting a man and he give me his number, he like what he see, I like what I see, and we decide to go on a date, and he say, hey, I want to take you to Applebee's, I'm not finna shoot that man down because I don't know, like that's the whole point, is giving him an opportunity. I don't know what his wallet like, and I don't care what his wallet like right now. That's not why I'm trying to get to know you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be here like as a gold digger. Is money important? It is if you serious about somebody. You know what I'm saying? Later on down the line, that's not a first. And like we said last night, talking about money or, that's not a first conversation that you should have with somebody. Like if going on a date breaks you, you should not be dating. Period. If you're not emotionally mature, you should not be dating. Period. You need to be able to have manners and have common sense to date because nobody wants to put up with a person, with an adult person who's having a tantrum because they don't want to foot the bill. Like, baby, don't worry about the bill. If you ain't got it, I got it, but we're not going on another date with you. Period. Because you can't afford a date. Why would I want to, if I could take care of myself as an adult woman, why would I want a man who can't take care of himself? And he's in marriages, if I'm looking to date for marriage, and marriage is about leadership, he's supposed to be leading the household, not mooching out for what I got. You can at least pay for yourself. You see what I'm saying? So you should not be dating. Period. And that's for men and women. So, Elskin said, when I was younger, I used to do the most on a date to impress and never heard from her again. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Keep that comment up. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that because I don't know. It might not be the money. If I don't know. It depends. Like I'm kind of curious to know like what happened like during these times or whatever. But first, thank you for saying that out loud because a lot of men have felt that, like putting in that effort and then getting silenced or like y'all read this up. First date, whoa, like putting in that effort and then getting silenced can make you feel played, you know? And even if that wasn't her intention, but I do want to ask something gently. Like when you say you did the most, was that about like doing the most like about showing interest or like trying to secure a result? I would like to know the answer to that question. I really would like to know. So is that about showing interest or trying to secure a result, if you know what I mean? We're gonna give him an opportunity to answer that. But let me take a sip of water. Mm, don't get me wrong, it works sometimes too. Okay, so judging by that answer, we're assuming that it's the latter and he wasn't really showing interest. He was trying to secure a result. Okay, so now that we have the answer to that question, um, yeah, I know what doing the most mean. Like in regards to like nicer dates, but we was trying to figure out why though. Well, anyway, um, sometimes you know what? Sometimes high effort on the first date feels impressive, but it can also feel overwhelming. Like if there's not like curiosity paired with it. And maybe that's why it didn't work when you were younger. Because maybe you were just focused on securing, a result. You know what I'm saying? Because like chemistry isn't something you buy or I guess perform your way into. It's kind of something that you discover with another person. And then as we get older, a lot of us learn this, like that consistency matters more than intensity. So presence matters more than presentation, you know? So do y'all think like I really want to ask okay, I really
Let
want
me
to
ask
ask
you
both
this
of
real
them.
quick though. Let me ask you
Okay.
this real quick. Would you go on a 50-50 date? If a man come to you and say, okay, we go on a date, but I want you to pay for your meal, I pay for mine. Just starting out, just to see where it could go. Would you be okay with that?
I have done that. I have done it. So I've done it. Like because you don't know when I got married, I did that with my spouse. When we first got to know each other and I didn't know him from a can of paint, our first date I paid for my first meal. Cause he wasn't there financially really. He could go out, but he really just wanted to spend time with me. And then when I saw what kind of man I was working with and I saw the values behind it, um, I was just like, you know what? One man plant the seed, another man water, and God get an increase. Because this man is high value. He's just a diamond in the rough right now. You know what I'm saying? So
But I asked that because it's a lot of women that will not do that. You know what I'm saying? Like they will not go on the
and they
50-50
shouldn't.
dates.
And they
Why?
shouldn't. Because like if you it depends on how much you like everybody has their preference. Just like some women only date bald men and some women love men with long hair, real hairy and stuff like that. That's just a preference. Do I believe that a man should be paying the date? And like when y'all go out, do I believe in that? Yes, I believe in like I grew up old school. My daddy taught me um allow a man to pay for your date. Let a man be a man. Let him open your door. He taught my brother chivalry. He taught like my mama never opened a door, car door, house door, anything ever, cause she had boys and a husband. Well, they weren't married, but you know what I'm saying. Like they was together. Um, she didn't open the door unless she was by herself. And like even now, I don't open door. If there's a man present, if I'm walking into a gas station and I see a man walking up behind me, I will stop and allow him to open the door. Same thing with a date. Like I believe that men should be paying for dates. But if I it's like a case to case basis. Like if I'm first meeting a person and I don't know you from a can of paint, I do not know if this man can afford this date or not. You see what I'm saying? And if a man tells me in advance, hey, listen, I'm on hard times right now, but I really, really want to get to know you for you. And I really want to go out on a date with you. You know what I'm saying? But could you please pay for your own? Like I can understand if you don't. Like if a man come at me like that and I really want to go on a date with him, I'd be like, yeah, sure, this time. We'll see how I go. You know? I don't got no problem with that. She said 50-50 date. Did you date him again? I married him. What you mean? The value was there. What you mean? The value was there. But that's
Yeah,
just
Lord.
my situation. I have gone on another date to where it was 50-50 and got nowhere. And that's cool. Cause when I go see, all women don't think the same. Some women need only security. Other women need only protection. Some women need both. Some women just want a man that looks good. They don't care if he beat her or what. You know what I'm saying? Some women only want children. I'm at a point in my life to where you're talking to a person who is spiritually grounded, who is financially stable, who's emotionally mature, and who sees a little bit further than just the visual right in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking for effort, consistency, emotional safety, accountability, presence, integrity, leadership, respect, emotional maturity, spiritual alignment with God, Jesus Christ. Like if you're looking for those things, you're not really worried about, like, ooh, like last night on the podcast when we was talking about men, we were talking about how some men go on dates and they just getting off of work. They ain't even went home and showered. They clothes dirty. They work in construction. They nails dirty and stuff like that. We was talking about that last night. Like appearance matters. It does. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Who want to be with somebody that they not attracted to? Nobody. I don't think it's one person. But when you get a lot older, when you start maturing and stuff, some things are a little bit more important than what you look like. Because when you get old, everybody ugly anyway. I don't care what nobody say. Some you got very few people like age like fine wine. Very few. Okay. And if you're one of those people, kudos to you. But in my personal opinion, all babies look like aliens, like lizards. And like especially when they first come out, you gotta give babies a couple of weeks before they're cute. You know what I'm saying? And then all old people, they look like aliens, all wrinkly and stuff. So beauty is gonna fade. Is my point. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna be amazing forever. Like as far as the way that they look, because nothing lasts forever. Like when you get in a marriage, because I'm dating to marry, right? When you get in a marriage, um, the way a man looks is not going to be able to pay the bills. The way a man looks, like if one of your parents died, that's not going to make him emotionally mature enough to come and check on you and that saves space for you. God forbid, if y'all lose a child together, that tears most marriages apart. Even if it was perfect before then, like it was working well, you know what I mean? Like the way he look is not gonna keep that marriage intact. You see what I'm saying? Like those things become irrelevant when you I read it. I said wow, okay then. I read it. You can go to the next comment. Oh, it said unicorn. Now, ooh, that means something else in the streets. I don't know which way you mean unicorn. Alien. Yeah, they do look like aliens. Babies look like little lizards to aliens. They all wrinkly. Them big old eyes. But anyway, my point is like you looking for something different. Like, because let me be clear, most women aren't chasing wallets. We're looking for a man, like how a man shows up, not how much he spends. And so when I'm talking about effort, I ain't talking about like grand gestures or intentional game. I'm talking about intentional effort, you know, like the planning, the follow through, remembering the details. If I tell you what my favorite color on my birthday is, you remember the next conversation. Effort says like I was thinking about you when you weren't in front of me, right? That's what I'm looking for in a man. Consistency, like you going on a date with a man, You anybody can be impressive once, right? The consistencies tell me who you are when life gets busy or stressful or boring. He said you're a unicorn. He didn't stay a 50-50 guy. He didn't stay a 50-50 guy. I'm gonna tell you that. I didn't pay no bills when I was in my marriage. I didn't pay not one bill. That man didn't let me touch nothing. I met that man when it was his character. I knew he was a keeper because you could tell, like, how a man treats you, how a person treats you when they ain't got nothing. When they get everything, they gonna treat you like the world. So I already know what kind of personality I have. I'm a ride or die. So if a man show me he gonna take care of me and he ain't got a whole lot now, I know when you at the bottom, you can't do nothing but go up. First Corinthians in the Bible, it say a man's long suffering is listening to his wife, and he was the person that listened to me. So even when he didn't want to, he was listening. So we got that income on up. You feel what I'm saying? We went and bought him some clothes so he could look nice, and that man treated me very well, very well. So don't hate on the 50-50 guys. Like some of them be diamonds in the rough, and I can speak to that. That was just my personal experience. I'm not saying every man that you go 50-50 with is a diamond in the rough. And the first time you see a red flag, you need to drop him like a hot potato because men like to play games. We're not finna sit up here and say that on these dates, men don't be playing games, and they do, you know. So yeah, money can impress me, but character is what make me stay. Don't get it twisted, cause ain't nothing in life is cheap or free. You're gonna have to give something. Okay, so he said, Elskin said, have you ever taken a man out on a date? What do you mean by that? Taking a man out? Like picked him up? Um, I've tried to do that. Does marriage count? Well, if you're talking about when I'm single, no. Let me see. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, I have actually. Yeah, yeah. I was dating somebody, and it was his birthday, and I wanted to treat him because it was his birthday, and he usually always like treats me. So yeah, I took him out on the. Yeah, I've done that. Let me say you paid. Glory be to God. Keep saying it. Keep saying it. Cause what you focus on grows. Keep saying it. I want all the money. Come to me. I'm just trying to bless somebody else. I ain't paid. God paid, and He give it to me for free. That's how it works. For real. Have y'all like what? He asked me, had you? Oh, wait a minute. TG, you on mute.
Yeah, you running the show. I'm just sitting back.
You ain't saying nothing. You ain't even.
Nah, this your show. This your show. I'm just here.
Yeah, I'm the host tonight, huh?
Yeah,
Well, as
yeah,
the
this all
host, I
here.
would like to ask a question. Do you
Go
feel
ahead.
like the guys out here, like Elston and TG, like do you guys feel like that's weird for a woman to take you out on a date, or have that has that ever happened to you?
Mm, I wouldn't say weird, but it definitely would feel different. Um, when you are raised and you've been a certain type of man uh, your whole life, like, cause see, it's just me. I don't know about Elston kid. I don't know about him, but see, I struggle with being able to take that step back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I struggle with
Hmm.
that. Being able to let that woman, being able to sit in a restaurant and see that bill come and let that woman pay for it. That I struggle with that. That's a I don't know. I feel less than at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the time, as a man, you you have a lot of pride, and that pride seeks in when you say, "Okay, I'm a provider." That's part of being a provider. If we go out and then I can't pay for the bill, or well, now you ain't said I can't. You said you taking me out, but just to allow you to pay for it, I still feel a little iffy. You know what I'm saying? I think I've done it before, but it definitely didn't feel right. I'm gonna say that for me
I
now.
can
It
understand that.
definitely didn't feel right because I felt like I wasn't being me. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I felt like she had to be the provider at that moment. You know, even though this is her.
You said something right then. Oh, so at that moment, so you kind of feel like a man really ain't providing if a woman is paying for the thing, that one time. Like you kind of
Yeah,
feel a little, yeah, okay,
yeah. I feel a little iffy.
okay,
I even got problems with taking gifts from a woman. I really do. Like I struggle with that just because that means she had to spend her money on me. I even struggle with that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a new, like I got to get my pride out the way because especially if this is a woman that we've been dating and she possibly love me, or even if we married, I still struggle with that. Allowing that woman to say, okay, here's something for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I was raised a certain way that regardless of what, you take care of that woman. You know what I'm saying?
right. But a
So
woman is
so
supposed to also help, like when she get married, like she's supposed to be a helpmeet. You know what I'm saying? And so like, I've like given gifts to like boyfriends and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've given more to a boyfriend than I had when I was married, like to my spouse. But I feel like once a man shows me that, hey, I got your back, I'm gonna take care of you, I'm gonna be the man, I'm gonna do this and that, he needs a reward. And I ain't got no problem buying you the PlayStation. I ain't got no problem buying you a new TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause they don't cost a whole lot. It's like $100. You know, now the
huh?
PlayStation might be a little bit more than
I was
that,
just saying,
but
she said, what you
I'm talking
buying?
about a TV,
Oh, okay.
or a pair of boots. You know what I'm saying? That's a couple $100.
them,
You save
them
up,
boots on the
you put
ground.
$50 back every week. You know what I'm saying? End of the month, you got $200. You feel me? Like, okay, so the comment
Yeah.
said, yes, a female has taken. We don't say that word here. We call them ladies. Okay,
Oh,
we call
okay.
them ladies because female sound like we're not talking about humans. It could be a female dog, a female horse. It could be anything. So we're gonna let us know that we're talking about humans and not bestiality. So yes, a lady has taken me out before, taken me
Respectfully.
out, but it's been my birthday, or I have done so much for her. Okay, so yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, um, I feel like when a man is showing up. That's right. The ladies. Put that new comment up there. The ladies. That's what I'm talking about. He teachable. We like him. And he said, never just a woman I just met. Oh. Oh, I take it back. He kind of stingy a little bit. Oh. He's saying like a woman hasn't taken him out that he just met. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, because she
yeah,
don't know you. See, with a man, it's reciprocal. A woman, see, a man has to show that he's receptive to certain type of stuff before a woman like gives into that femininity, like she gives into it, because like naturally you got to understand that a lot of women are out here doing this stuff by themselves with no support system. Okay, a lot of women are. Some women have support systems, their homegirls and their family. But a lot of women are just doing it by themselves, and some of these people are working two jobs, and some of them have with failed marriages with kids. And that's a lot. And then to hop back into the dating scene, a lot of people just don't do it, and that's why it's easier for some people to be like in a situationship because they don't want to like go through the thing of what we talked about earlier, which is Trying to see if a man is emotionally mature, trying to see if this man actually like me. That like they don't want the rah rah in the games that men play. Like people aren't honest when they're dating. So yeah, a woman want to see what you got going on. See if you actually interested in her first before maybe fall in love or something. Before she start hashing out money on you, because let's just be honest, a man is designed to chase. Men are chasers. A man is supposed to find his wife. A woman not supposed to find her man. She's supposed to be courted. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't get married by yourself. He gotta ask me to marry him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I agree to that. Like, that's not. So that's why a lot of times you're not gonna see a woman like paying for your meal on the first date, because generally speaking, that's a man's job. You know.
You just
So
say
let's
this.
talk about. Go
You got
ahead.
them women propose. You got them women proposing to men nowadays.
I knew
You
you
just
was
say
gonna
this.
say that.
Just had to throw that out there. Just had to throw that out there.
Mm-mm. No. What are
You know
your
what I'm saying?
thoughts on that? Okay, so Elston says, "Have you ever been on any dating sites? Tinder, Hinge, Bumble." I think you spelled a couple of those wrong, but we're not gonna, because I don't know what Bumble is. Oh, Bumble. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I haven't been on Bumble. I haven't been on Tinder, but I have been on like dating sites. Um, I got a subscription with the League. I got a subscription with Hinge. Um, I try to stay away from weird stuff like Plenty of Fish and like Black People Meet and stuff like that. I try to stay away from, because it's like creepers on there, y'all. And you got to stay safe with online dating. You know, let's talk about that too. Like that's crazy. Like, have y'all been on the interwebs looking for love? What
Oh,
about you,
yeah,
TG?
yeah, yeah. I've been on a few of them. I've
Okay.
been on a few of them. I mean, I don't know. It just that's almost like finding a needle in a haystack too.
I don't know. I
You know
met
what I'm
some
saying?
very interesting people online. Like very interesting. Like, you know, some of them work, some of them don't. But like online dating, like I feel like it looks convenient on the surface, but for women, the real cost isn't like the subscription. It's the emotional and mental and spiritual safety and the safety labor that rarely gets talked about. And so emotionally, like online dating, I feel like there's like this constant filtering that people don't talk about. And hold on, y'all, it's raining outside. I might need to move my location so it won't be so loud in the background.
You good? We can still hear good though.
Okay,
We still hear you good.
are you sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Um, and then sometimes like you have to like carry out these conversations that feel one sided. Like one time I was on there and I was asking a guy like, "Hey, I liked your photo, this, that, and the other. Like, what do you do for a living? Like, what do you get into during the day? You know, where are you with Christ?" And then he just responded like, "Jesus is the homie," and that was it. And it's like, what does that mean? It's like, or I ask like, like, "Hey, did you do anything interesting today?" And it'll be like one word responses like, "Yep." It's like what? Like, so like that's like they take an emotional toll on you. And then like with the mental cost, like overthinking these messages and timing and wording and decoding these mixed signals and inconsistent effort and decision fatigue, like from too many options, from swiping left, with the too little depth, and wondering like if the standards are too high or just protective. Like, okay, so we got another comment. Elson says, I think women get so many messages from guys that they don't take anyone seriously. And that's what I was just saying. Like, it's like mentally, it's like that ties right into what we was talking about, Elston. You own it. You own it tonight. So yeah, that's what I was saying. Like you get this decision fatigue from too many options with too little depth. Like some people don't even feel like they profile wholly. So you can't even get like a glimpse of what you feel like is important to know about someone. And then like might look good on the picture, but you don't know anything. And then the safety, right? Like betting strangers, like background checks and socials and phone calls. Like they might put that their name on there is like instead of Chad, they'll have like Big Daddy 37. It's like their profile name. And it's like I can't even look and see if this person is on the predator list. Like who is it? Like I can't talk to him. And this might be a perfectly fine gentleman. But because his profile name is like elusive, it's kinda like and then like hold on, I'm gonna get to that message. And then like location sharing and exit plans and code words with friends and risk management before like every meetup. Okay, so we got a message that says guys have to message 50 ladies just to get two responses. That might be true because it's more women out here than men. I think like statistically, I think that's what it said when we looked at the anyway, y'all can look that up. It's Googleable, right? But I think it's like more women out here than guys, like in the world in general, right? Generally speaking, statistically. And so that makes it when you say one word responses is a woman thing. No, it's not. Ooh, I know that's a lie. Ooh, I know that's a lie, baby. Listen, I don't know where you be at. Because look, on Hinge, they love one word responses. Like dudes be in my DMs and they be like, sup, like SUP. Like, sir, that is not a conversation. That is not that you didn't even ask me a declarative sentence, a statement, impaired like nothing. He didn't ask me a question, nothing. So it's that is not a woman thing. Bro, from personal experience, I have like to me that's low effort. Like if somebody can't even if you're trying to have a conversation with them and they have one word responses, I'm just gonna assume that you're too busy to talk to me and that you are not trying to date me specifically. Like I'm just gonna assume that your DM is like flooded with women and I might be on the bottom of that totem pole. And just I'm gonna X him out of my prospect list. Like I'm not worried about him. And then going back to what we was talking about, like online, um, the spiritual cost, right? The temptation to settle from loneliness, the pressure to present instead of like just be who you are, and then like ignoring discernment for attention because some women struggle with that. I have friend girls that I talk to all the time who struggle with that. And then even normalizing like this emotional access without commitment because like I said, men like to play games and they don't understand that it's costing us something spiritually because the Bible says, "Let your yay be yay and your no's be no." So why are you dragging me into a conversation that's fruitless? Like if you're not really trying to get to know me, why do you know what I'm saying? I have to carry like this emotional like baggage because these men like the way that they want to respond, right? Um, and then when you ask the man, like, hey, can you communicate with me a little bit better so that I can have a better understanding? I don't, I grew up in a different place than you. I don't necessarily understand that. I've had guys snap on me and be like, well, I talk the way that I talk. What? Whoa, calm down. Whoa, you can't change me. I can't talk like you talk. I'm not asking for you to mimic me. I'm asking for effective communication, sir. You can do it however you want to, just as long as it's effective and we can understand each other. Because, sir, I can speak another language. And if you want to speak English and I talk French the whole time, it's going to be the same thing that's happening right now. You see what I'm saying? Neither one of us will understand each other. So, how do you guys like guard your spiritual, like your spirit in a space built on instant access? Because that's what online talking is, right? Okay, wait. Before you answer that question, I'm gonna ask it again later. We got a comment. It says, "I've done a test where women will be dry AF, and I would say something like, 'What's your cash app?' And they'll respond immediately. Oh, nah, don't ever. If you ask me what's your cash app, I'm blocking you. Cause why you need to know about my money? That's creepy. That's wild. Like I don't know you, sir. My parents taught me not to take stuff from strangers. Like, wait a minute. I know it's women out there who do though, because like if this podcast has taught me anything else, nothing else. It's definitely taught me like men generally think women are gold diggers. And I don't have women like that in my friend group. I also don't know women like that in real life. So this is definitely like um either the women in my life are lying to me because I don't do that, or like these guys are having like the weirdest simultaneous experience because that is crazy. Like what? Again, guys, if you are broke, don't date. You need to be able to take care of your own bill because you don't know this person, right? Like it's a plus if a man can take care of a bill for me, but I don't have an expectation for him to. Like in my mind, the bar is already below hell. So I'm not expecting you to have an education. I'm not expecting you to to have any money to you know what I'm saying? Like cuz people be lifing, right? And but I am expecting you to be like, a person with good morals. I am expecting you to be like and when I say have any money, I mean like splurging on me, right? I am expecting you to have good morals. I am expecting you to be able to hold a conversation, an intelligent conversation, and not just cursing every two or three words or every word. I do expect you to have like generally speaking, like just some excuse me, just some accountability, to have a nice presence, to show leadership, to at least respect me and my boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Like these are like everything else I can figure out in a couple of questions whether I want to continue dating you or not. Because it's all in the questions that you ask. But the comment says just the oh, yes, exactly. I'll explain that one word responses isn't working, then they will respond with a paragraph snapping. Okay, well, I don't, maybe you saying it weird. Because if you're respectful, like, are you just saying verbatim one word responses isn't working like you doing in the chat right now? Like, I need you to come up to the panel so that we can hear, because you be saying stuff and it's good, but I need you to elaborate a little bit more. You know what I mean? Can you come up? Can you click the link? TG, can you drop the link in the comments again so that Elskin can come up and like give us what he's talking about? Because he's saying some stuff and it sound crazy, like that they're just like he dropping the cash app, like, oh, what's your cash app? And they immediately responded. That's wild to me. Like, that sound like clickbait. Like, and he's like, it's the test. Like, I got questions. Why are you testing women? You know, that's crazy. Don't life have enough tests? Why are you testing people? I don't do that, bro. See, these the games I be talking about that people be playing. Man, and of course, we don't know. We don't know. To each his own. He probably got a reason why he doing the test. But if he comes up We can ask them what that reason is because it may be valid. It may make sense.
It might make sense. I mean, I think when you're doing stuff like that, most of the time it makes sense because, and it's no different from women testing men because a lot of times, women have to. To your point earlier, you said most of the time before a woman takes a man out, you know what I'm saying, that man has to be proven or he has to show that he's worthy of that. And that's the same thing. Like so, if a man's seeking conversation and he's just fishing, because a lot of times you fishing trying to figure out what type of person you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't just we playing games, but I'm trying to figure out what type of person I'm dealing with. Because if you only respond to certain things, then that tell me what type of person dealing with. That tell me whether you're a gold digger. That tell me whether you just out to have fun or whatever your intentions are. But like you said earlier, you can find out a lot of things off certain questions. And the same thing with men. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna throw a little fish line out here, and I'm gonna see what you bite on. And by what you bite on, will determine by what I do next. You see what I'm saying? Because if I'm looking for somebody that
What?
I'm trying to turn into my wife or my spouse or a significant other, we trying to date long term, then I need to know that you're not just gonna bite whenever I say something about some money. You see what I'm saying? If you bite when I say something about some money, then I already know that's what you out for.
Tell S gonna come up. I
Like,
hear what you're saying, but I want to hear
like,
because he might not feel the same way. He's saying TG understands and help her out, but because he said that before you started talking though, so
oh, okay. I just
we
said,
don't know if that's the same thing or not. Because like I don't test man. I observe fruit. And fruit takes time. Like I'm looking for consistency. Like does his behavior match his words over weeks and months? Like assuming that we got past the first date, right? Is he steady when it's inconvenient? Because Matthew 7 and 16 say you should know them by their fruits. Like I'm not testing man. I'm looking for obedience to God, not just talk about God. Like, does this man submit his choices, his relationships, and finances to God? Does he does his faith show up in decisions and not just vocabulary? Because James 1 and 22 says, be doers of the word and not hearers only. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking for emotional regulation. Like, how does he handle disappointment or correction or disagreement? Like, does this man like shut down? Does he explode? Does he deflect or does he reflect? Because Proverbs 16 and 32 say, he that rules his spirit is better than he that takes a city. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking for integrity when no one is watching. You know, like how is he treating this waitress on this first date who can't do nothing for him? And she making $2.15 probably an hour. And the only way she could get paid is through tips. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see the integrity. Like, does he keep his word when there's no reward? Like, is he honest even when it costs him? Like, because Luke 16 and 10 say, he that is faithful in little is faithful also in much. You see what I'm saying? So, like, I'm also looking for like leadership through service. Like, does he take initiative without controlling? You can find all this stuff out on the first date just by listening to a man tell a story. You know what I'm saying? Like, does he lead with responsibility and not ego? Because Ephesians 5 and 25 say love shown through sacrifice is shown through sacrifice and not dominance. You see what I'm saying? Like, is this man accountable? Like, like y'all think we want money and it's about stewardship. Like, how does
but
he
he,
money
but he,
manage?
but no, but he was saying that's off a dating site. There were just messages off a dating site. He wasn't saying this once you got to know each other.
Oh, okay.
He said these were
Okay.
messages on a dating site that
But
that
I
somebody
was
just
responding.
somebody just went cold, and he said, okay, what's your cash up? And then they immediately start responding.
What I was
You know what I'm
responding
saying?
to was that he said that this was a test. You can put it back up there. He said he tests women. And I was saying,
Right.
I don't test men. Because you made the comment that, well, he tests women just like women test men. And y'all be doing, and it's like, baby, everybody not like that. is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, yeah, you do have women out here who looking for specific things, and we mentioned that earlier, right? There are women who only want protection. There are women who only want security, and there are women who want both. There are women who only looking for a God-fearing man because she got everything she need, God her source. So she just need a husband so that she could serve him. You see what I'm saying? So that she could be his helpmeet and raise his kids and have her first child. You got like working women out here who own businesses, who in the corporate world, who doing blue collar work, who just a waitress. And they all want different things. They want to have an opportunity to bask into their femininity, and they want to have an opportunity to like nurture something. And some women do it with dogs and they don't need no man. But right now we're talking about dating. We're talking about
Yeah.
how men like test women, right? Because he said he tests these women with the cash app thing. And I'm like, baby, I ain't got time for that. Who got time for that? Like, life is short. Life is a vapor. Life is a whisper. Okay, like it'll fly right on by you. Before you even know it, you 53, staying in somebody's basement with a dog, eating potato chips and a hot dog, watching TV, wondering why I didn't take this opportunity when I was 23 and get to know myself better so that I could have better communication skills with a woman or with a man so that I could have been married by now. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to die alone. We don't, loneliness really do like it's really one of the best kept like secrets that people kind of walk around as a burden on their shoulders. Single people. I'm talking about single people, not married people, right? Because we're talking about dating. And sometimes you start thinking like, what's wrong with me? And you got people out here, men and women, who say to themselves like, okay, I'm gonna improve myself so that I can find the best mate for myself because I don't want to be alone when I leave up out of here. I need a whole bunch of people around my bed when I'm ready to take my last breath. You know what I'm saying? Some people think like that. Everybody not out here for let me see what I can get out of you. Everybody not a con artist. Everybody not a scam artist. Everybody not a hobo sexual. Because that's a new term I learned. Apparently that's a person that basically move from couch to couch because they don't own a home or it's too expensive to have a home. So they have to date to trick people to move in with them. So, you know what I'm saying? So that they can have somewhere to live. Okay, here we go. This message said, "You are a unicorn." Bro, I'm telling you that means something different in the streets. We don't know. We don't know why you mean that. Times have changed. Not many women are like you. I disagree. I feel like
I
it's a
don't.
lot of women out there.
I agree with
I
him on
feel
that.
like
I agree with him on
mm-mm,
that.
y'all got a bad method or y'all looking in the wrong places. Because if you looking for a woman who values herself, you can't talk to a woman with no self-esteem. Because if she don't have no self-esteem, how she gonna even realize the value that she has? You see what I'm saying? People are products of their environment. So if you go into the club looking for a wife, that's your fault. You like you can't go to the gutter and want to find like a diamond. I'm not saying it's not there because you may get lucky because some people are just going through a really hard time right now. And so for those people under the sound of my voice, if you can hear me, like keep going, don't give up. Work on yourself and become a better person so that you can get all the things that your heart desire. Because when you realize how the system works in life, it becomes simple, not easy. Simple. And it take a little time, but y'all can do it. Women and men. And then this next comment says age. I don't talk about hair and I don't talk about age. We can skip right on past that one. Unless you're talking to UTG.
Uh,
Um, Elston Kid, it said, "What is wrong with going to church to find a woman?" I didn't say anything
is,
was wrong with going to.
he
I
said
said
it.
something wrong
He said.
going to
He
the.
said, "Is it wrong?"
Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Is it wrong to go to church to find a woman? Um, I'm on the fence with this one because if you're going to church, you should be going for the word. Now, I had somebody tell me a couple of years ago, um, where I am married in the comments.
I don't know where she at.
Oh, where was he at in the comments?
Uh, I don't know where they at. They
Face
didn't
palm.
disappeared. They done disappeared on me.
It's okay. We're gonna get on the same page, Elskin. I got a lot of stuff going through my head right now, and my mouth can't speak as fast as my brain is putting outputting thoughts. But because I'm on the spectrum, honey. So here we go. But to answer your question, I'm on the fence with that one because I personally believe that if you're going to church, you're supposed to be going there for the word. Now, I heard, I heard that people do go to church, for the fashion. I also heard that people do go to church to find a mate. I also heard that people do go to church to gossip, to eat. You know what I'm saying? So different people go to different churches for different reasons. And I'm not here to judge nobody. But can you find a woman at the church? Absolutely. But would that woman be the woman that you're looking for? You never know until you try. You know what I'm saying? You could find a woman at the library and she wound up being your wife. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying be mindful of the places that you're looking for these people if you have certain standards inside of your mind. Like everybody has a preference, right? When you're dating. And as far as like women, the cost that a woman has to pay when she's thinking about the preference, her preference, she needs to figure out what it is that I want in a man. What is it that I want in a man? And where can I find this type of man? Well, if some women only date older men who are already established, so that because the Bible say you cleave and leave. You leave your parents' house and you cleave unto your wife, get a new place with your wife, when you get married. So some women believe that if a man don't already have a house for me to move into, I don't need to be talking to him.
Excuse
A lot of some women don't want to deal with men that's in the building stage because they feel like at a certain age a man should have certain things. But let's just be honest, life doesn't work that way all the time. And it ain't nothing wrong with dealing with a man in the building stage. Like I've done it, right? And it worked out for me, but that don't mean that that'll work out for someone else, right? I've also met men who were well established. Oh, well, we're talking about socialite. We're talking about um people in the upper echelon of society, right? And that lifestyle just it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? So different people like different things. And if you want a woman that's in the sports, date a newscaster. Find a woman that's in your pay grade, because all women are expensive. Find a woman that's in your pay grade and stick to that. You got a plethora of options out here. She might not be a looker like you want to. See,
me.
men, a lot of times, I don't feel like they see the value in a woman because they can't get past the appearance of the woman. But you're not thinking about what it took for her to get there, because what if she was a looker 3 years ago, but a trashy man came along, a dusty, and he saw that and he used and abused her and she gained some weight. Now she 45 pounds heavier, and she used to have a Coke bottle, but now she looked more like a rectangle because she been depressed, crying her eyes out for the last 6 months, eating potato chips and watching Netflix at night when she got off of work because this man broke her heart. Men are not thinking about the damage that other things have happened, and that's the cost that we have to pay as a woman. Every woman don't have a support system, like I said. And even if they do have a support system, people don't know what to say to you. They might care but not know the words to say to help put you back on the right path, to help you not fall into like the spiral of depression. So you meeting this woman and she actually a 10 in her heart. She could cook, she could clean, cook 5 meals to help people slapping their mama, their sister, and their cousin when you eat her food. She know how to clean up, she keep her house immaculate. You know what I'm saying? She a businesswoman, or she worked for somebody and she a great secretary, you know? And having all these values, she's like a moral person, a great thinker. She can grow something. She got a master's degree in X, Y, and Z. But because her body look a certain way, you pass her right on up. That's the cost we have to pay. You see what I'm saying? Like while we're dating. Because women, it's fair to say that since we're, the inferior sex, because that's biblical, right? Women are weaker than men in, different ways or whatever. And I'm not afraid to admit that. But because we're more emotional or we're more nurturing, it might hit us a little harder after a breakup or after a first date. You know, it might take a couple of weeks or a few months to recuperate from that. And I'm talking about emotionally, not financially. And it take a physical toll. Because I don't know if you notice or not about women, but once you get over 25, it matters how well you manage stress. It's a thing called cortisol levels, and that affects your metabolism. And if you're not in the gym every single day, I don't know a lot of people who go to the gym a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like people might do 2 or 3 if they go, 2 or 3 days if they go a week, right? But if you're a person who's ostracized from society or you have people around you who do not know how to deal with X, Y, and Z, they don't know how to help you. You don't have anybody to talk to. You're working, you're paying all these bills by yourself, single person. You might not have no kids, but you go on a date and that date goes bad and you feel bad after that. You might go get some ice cream to cheer yourself up. That's going right toward the stomach, right under your arms, bat wings, right? Right in the thighs. And that don't look good to a man when women gain weight like that. But she just had one scoop of ice cream or two scoops one night and she done gained 10 pounds. And now
Oh,
a man done passed her up. So I don't know.
not everybody looks for that though. You got some men out here that actually just don't care about the looks and want the woman for the woman. You know what I'm saying? So, but I get what you're saying though. I really
Where
do.
he at? Because
Who?
first of
Who
all,
had?
if you start
Oh,
if a man starts showing woman leadership and he believes in her, that woman is gonna want a man can build self-esteem in a woman just by with his words and his actions. If a man I've seen women who were well overweight, and I'm talking about 300, 400, and found a man who really didn't see that. He saw her heart and she looked better than we do. Okay, and we gonna take pictures and model, and she look better than we do now. You know what I'm saying? Because that man loved on her so hard and never gave up on her, it made her. She had no choice but to love herself. And then she got in the gym. She started eating right. It was tough, but she lost that weight in a year, and she looked like a completely different person. Now she a 10. Now she really a 12 on the 10 scale. Cause he was
hmm,
able to see the beauty on the inside before it manifests on the outside. You see what I'm saying? Now let's get this comment. It says
yeah.
she's 45 pounds heavier and broken. She can't act like she still got that hourglass shape. Lower her standards. Sir, first of all, keep that coming up. Keep that coming up. Don't you dare take it down. This right here, I just want everybody to see that. That's crazy right there. Like, I understand where you coming from, but
Mm, oh,
but
respect to that.
huh? What you say?
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. I'm sorry, I mute my butt, mute myself. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to pause right here because body changes aren't a moral failure. Life happens, and stress, and children, and illness, and grief, and time. It happens, and standards built only by bodies don't age well because bodies change on everyone. I'm gonna say it one more time. Bodies change on everyone, and so that really raises a different question for me though. Like, if a woman's value drops with weight, then what happens when a man's hairline recedes or his stamina gives out or income changes? Like, are standards supposed to move with circumstances or mature with character? Like, I need to ask the chat that. You can take it down now. Oh, and no, I'm not triggered. I was just reacting to the thing. I'm not triggered, y'all. When I get triggered, I start speaking in different languages. I'm not triggered. I'm just an excitable person. I have a big personality, so it might sound
Right.
like it, but no, sweetheart, I'm not triggered.
Right.
If
Yeah.
you
She
ever
she
hear me
showed.
talking, if you ever hear me talking in a different language, like if I switch from English to something else, that's when you understand that I'm triggered. It's not a lot of stuff that could trigger me. I promise I done seen so much. But I am trying to be excitable for the podcast though, because I feel like it brings views and like people listen. You know what I mean? Like when your influx of your voice change, I don't know.
She do talk with a lot of passion though. That just ever since she been on here, that's just her. She talk with a lot of passion. She don't be triggered. She just got a lot of passion and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, don't, I don't think she triggered. She just be you know.
But let's bring it back to the cost of dating because, like, one of the costs women pay is being evaluated on appearance, while men get evaluated on potential. And that imbalance shapes how people show up. So let's talk about that because bodies change, but characters tell the truth, you know?
That's real.
T-
That was a good
TG,
statement. Yeah, that was
real
a good
talk.
statement. That was real. I didn't think about that. Yeah, that was a good one.
I mean, but
But
that's a cost too, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it
yeah,
ties into this perfectly because people aren't talking about the way somebody might have an illness or have a grief situation happen or have a health thing. Like, what if I've been eating fried chicken for too long and well, I ain't gonna say me, I'm gonna say, what if a person has been eating fried chicken for too long and they mess around and have problems with their gallbladder and they can't eat and it changes their shape? Like, they lose an absurd amount of weight and they look skinny as a bone. It looks scary. You know what I'm saying? Like, it look like they just skeletons. And men are going to judge women that look like that. They're not going to choose those women. They're not going to look inside their heart and be like, okay, I want to date a person like this because it's kind of like a double standard, is it not?
I mean, no, it ain't no double standard because women do the same thing with men. Most of the time, if they see a chubby man or a man with a nice size little stomach, they gonna look past him. You know what I'm saying?
Who? I love me a
Try to
belly.
find. Well, okay, okay. Once again, like us the kids say, okay, ain't them men out here like you. Okay, so we just
Y'all just
we
looking
gonna
in the
keep
wrong
we gonna
places.
keep saying that. We're gonna
Bro,
keep
that is
saying that.
not true. I have so many homegirls right now.
What is
Oh, like I just
it?
they
We need them on the
it probably
podcast
look,
because
they
evidently
probably
you
in
the
the
only one
house.
saying them.
They probably in the house. Like, I know a ton of women who like bald men. I'm one of them. I know a ton of women who appreciate a six pack, but also, if a man got a little belly, that's something for me to rub on, especially if it's hairy. Cause my daddy, when I was younger, I actually have like, my daddy used to tell me stories, like bedtime stories, and I used to lay on top of his belly and like rub it until I went to sleep. So for me, that's kind of like comforting a little bit. Now, I'm not saying like I don't care about your health because I do. Like, I go to the gym 5 times a week, like painstakingly. It hurts. I don't want to do it, but you have to do what you have to do to stay here as long as you can, here on Earth. You see what I'm saying? So that is mandatory. That's not up for debate for me. Like, health isn't, right? But because what you got if you don't got your health, right? But I'm not saying I'm not gonna throw a dude away because he got a little belly. Baby, shape can change in a matter of months. It don't take number 12 weeks to get a six pack if you want it. Assuming that you're obese, not morbidly obese, but if you're obese, it don't take number 12 weeks of dedication and eating right. And I know that to be a fact. It's actually a book out there called hold on, I'm actually finna try and look it up real quick so I can tell y'all what the name of this book is. Body for Life. The name of the book is called Body for Life, and the author is, I'm finna tell you, it's loading now. Bill Phillips. And it's a 12-week mental and physical strength books. It's an older book, but it works. It works. I've been several different body types in my lifetime. And every time I wanted to get back healthy because like, maybe like an illness or a grief thing happened in life. And I gained some weight or I got sad, for too long or something. Like I picked up this book, Body for Life by Bill Phillips and Michael Diorso. Michael Diorso co-wrote it. Like, and this book changed my life. Like, if you read it and actually do the things that's inside of the book, your mindset will change, and you will start to see results. Period. Everybody who's done it and done it and done it will all say the same, and they got plenty of testimonials inside of the book where you can see real body transformations and stuff, which is motivation on its own. So, but I digress. My point is, um, I don't feel like people like me are is just me or that I'm a unicorn or I just feel like people are people and you got to have grace for people because everybody has like a thing going on in their life. And my thing may not be as important to you as your thing, and your thing may not be as important to me as it is to you. But that don't mean that it's not valid. You see what I'm saying? And so if we're single people and we're dating people, like you got to count the cost. You got to count the cost. Like what are you got to sit down at some point. Like you're going to get too old to play games, right? You're going to get too tired because life is going to hit you. Like the bills are not going to stop coming and you're going to need some help or you're going to want to share your life with somebody. Some people don't, but a lot of people do. And when you get to that point, you're gonna start to realize like it don't matter if he got a receding hairline. He could just shave it off. It's cool. We could go to the barbershop and he could get a toupee if he really wants some hair. We could try Rogaine. Like all that is like temporary. What is his character like? Because if I'm going out on a date and I need to count the cost for a man, I'm definitely not. I mean, appearances matter, but it's not gonna be at the top of the totem pole for me. Because like I would rather have a guy with a receding hairline that treats me like gold and love our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and he make $40,000 a year than a man who's filthy freaking rich with a six pack who beats on me every night, who like does not want me to have my own phone and who ostracized me from my family because he feels like they don't understand me the way he does because he's a manipulator. You see what I'm saying? Like it just what does that comment say? Is that notes? Take notes. That's right. Take notes. What is that? A computer? I can't tell what that is.
I can't either. Calculator, computer, something. I don't
That's
know.
a fax machine.
Oh,
Oh, I'm showing my age. Wait a
yeah.
minute.
I sure didn't know.
Yeah, what is that? I don't know. But
Mhm.
yeah, whatever Elska just said, right? We love that. But absolutely, I just feel like it's a big cost. Like and we still ain't talked about the spiritual side of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of dabbed into it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, we need the it's a lot that women have to deal with.
Yeah,
That
it's
women
definitely.
have to think about that kind of, you know, that you want to see or things that you're looking for, you know.
Hmm.
So, I don't know about the testing stuff, you know what I'm saying? Cuz tests create reactions, but time reveals character. And biblically, marriage is built on character. And if you're dating to marry, I'm only talking about the people who are dating to marry. I'm not talking about people who are dating just to have fun
What?
because that's a whole different conversation.
Oh,
You're gonna run into problems Unless you run into like another person that's honest about their intentions, you're gonna run into problems with it. Like I have friends who date to have fun, and when I say have fun, I mean have sex, right? And they're like, I know homegirls, they're completely transparent. They talk to a guy, they be like, hey, do you want to hook up later? The guy be like, yeah. And then they hook up and never talk to the guy again. One night stands. And I don't judge that, because people do what they want to do whenever they want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But is it something to be said about the cost that a woman has to pay while dating? Absolutely. Whether she want to hook up or a husband.
Mm, you're right about that. Okay.
Okay. What does this say? I can't see it. Oh, okay. Here we go. Well, of course, not want a man that will hit you. Take the bald guy who makes 40K. Yes, the bald guy who makes 40K for 300.
for,
Like we all
for 300
jumping.
Alex. For 300 Alex. Is it your final answer? Oh, that ain't Japanese. My
I
bad.
mean, but for real though, because like it's a lot of guys out here who have a bad temperament. Like they haven't dealt with, like maybe their father like walked out on them or when he was young, or maybe their dad like went to jail or something or passed away. And these men don't have like other guy mentors to kind of teach them what to do with a lady or how to treat a lady. And when they get older, they get in like these groups of guys who are knuckleheads and they just all want to, put a notch on their belt. And they run through these women while they're young and wonder why women in their late 20s and 30s and 40s like don't want the nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you was younger, what you did was you ran through all the women and you broke their hearts and now they don't want to deal with it anymore, you
Hmm.
know? So there's something to be said about the cost a woman has to pay because dating doesn't just cost money for women, it costs energy. Oh, okay, let me slow down. It said, but it has to be those two extremes for a woman to want a 40K. No, it doesn't. Um, it could be a lot of things. I promise you it could be a lot of things. It could be the woman could be been just got over an illness and she happy to be here. And she just wants a man who's not complicated, to live her life with. It could be a woman who's seeking protection because her family is not the most, protective. And they do things to her or say things to her or ostracize her under the guise of jokes. Or, oh, we're just getting together and we're just poking fun at you. But it really hurt her feelings to the point where she can't even operate. She can't even go to school and do the stuff that she want to do because these people, right? It could be because um and this is for like the eldest kid, like women who are the eldest kid, they have so many things to carry on their back. You know what I'm saying? Like they were the eldest, and they're a girl, so she had to step into a masculine role when she was younger. And she's tired now, you know, stepping into a masculine role, taking care of the younger kids and making sure they was fed and stuff because mama and daddy had to go to work. Mama and daddy worked 2 or 3 jobs just to keep the lights on and stuff. You see what I'm saying? So since this person was the oldest, they had to stay home and be the babysitter in every circumstance and they never got a chance to do anything for them. So, they just trying to figure it out. It could be that a woman, didn't hit the jackpot, the lottery. And she don't need a man to spend a whole bunch of money on her. She just want a good man that'll listen to her. And she not gonna tell him that she rich. She just gonna show up like a regular person and see how he treat her. It could be a ton of things. So okay, what this comment say? You have a choice between a good rich man and a good regular working man, what would you pick? I'm gonna tell you, for me, it depends on two different things, baby. I need to know what's in your heart and what's between your legs. Like they don't. I need to know. Like don't. Mm-mm.
What? What the hell? Yeah, Lord. Yeah,
It don't matter how much money you got.
yeah,
Don't,
Lord.
mm-mm. Cause God to bring the increase. If I need money, we could pray for that together. Do he know how to pray? Cause if he know how to pray and he broke, we could work with. You know what I'm saying? Like, mm-mm. What you talking about? Mm-mm. I'm trying to be happy. I ain't trying to be stressed out. Okay? I'm trying to have a meaningful life. Like life is made of memories, right? I'm trying to do stuff. Like, sir, do you know how to roller skate? Oh, you don't? Neither do I. Look, I just went on Amazon and I bought some knee pads and a helmet. Do you want to go to the skate park in Crystal Springs? Yes, you do. Okay, let's go. And let's record it the whole time. Like, hypothetical question. Hypothetically, question. We know you're gonna pick unicorn. What? We know you're gonna pick a unicorn. I don't know, Elskin. I'm kind of confused. What he saying, TG? You a man?
Um, hold on, because I think it was a piggyback off the last question. So you have a choice between a good rich man and a good working regular man. Who would you pick? We know you gonna pick your.
I don't know. Nah, I,
I,
mm,
I don't
that
know.
ain't enough information for me. A good rich man and a good
Okay.
regular working man. He's saying he want to know what you'll pick because you the unicorn. Oh, okay, got
Oh,
it.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm lost too. I'm sorry. Deep
Thank you
college.
so
Okay.
much
Appreciate you for tapping in.
for letting me know. Yeah, appreciate you for tapping in because I was so confused. So I don't know. Like I said, I gave my answer, baby. I need to know what's in your heart. Like, do you serve our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? And what's between your legs? That's what I need to know. Because that right there is not enough information for me. I need more information. Because if the working man is a police officer, I'm not gonna pick him. If the working man work offshore, I'm not gonna pick him. Cause I'm the type of woman I need my man at home with me every night. I don't need no possibility of him passing away while he off at work. You know what I'm saying? I know anything can happen at any time. Like you can walk outside your, living room door into the pick up your mail off the street and then get hit by a car. But I'm not talking about freak accidents, right? I'm talking about the possibility, like the intensity or the increase of the possibility of something happening to him. Like I'm not finna do that. A working man that's a truck driver, he away from home too much. You see what I'm saying? So what does the working man do? Like what does the rich man do? Like, because the rich man could be a CEO and he could be traveling, all over the world. It's a personal preference of mine. Like, I would want a man who's, oh, he rich, but I got this big old mansion to myself, like 6 nights out the week, and I only see my husband one time a week. Like, some women are okay with that. They ain't really trying to talk to no man anyway. They just want to spend the money. That's not the type of woman I need to be snuggled and cuddled up. Like, if he rich and he's can operate his business from wherever he at or whatever, and he could be at home with me 6 nights out the week, I might pick him over the working man if the working man always gone. You see what I'm saying? So that's not no. Okay. Period. All right. Period. That's how I read it. Period. I feel like this person is also tapping their index finger and their thumb together while they saying that. Period. Right. You different. You gonna pick the regular guy. I told you it depends now. I told you now. If that rich man know Jesus and the regular guy don't, and tween his
That's it.
legs looking, be right back. I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. Too. It depends. That ain't
Oh
enough
man.
information. What about you, TG? If a lady got a big old ghetto booty and real pretty, but she a working woman, and then you got an alright woman, but she rich, but they both good women, which one you pick?
You want me to be honest?
Yep.
Me and I so sound a little crazy, but I'm going with the one with the ghetto booty. I'm a booty guy. I like it's just something about the woman with the booty gonna make a difference in your life. I'm sorry. It's different. Like nothing against the ladies that don't have booties. I'm sorry. Please don't be mad at me. But but that woman with that big ghetto booty, yeah, that I got to have that. That got to be something I can look at every day. She can put on little boy shorts and cook, and it just stand out looking all pretty and stuff. Like yeah, that's just yeah. I got to go with the ghetto booty. I'm sorry. Like because you said both
Every
of them good
time.
women. So if both of them are good women, why not go with what I can have that I like? You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
That's
you
what I'm
know what
saying.
I'm
It's
saying? Like,
circumstantial. You see what I'm saying? See, he said, "Oh, you put too much stuff on it. Both the same guy. Oh, they both twin the legs the same, and they both okay. Well, I ain't gonna make my life harder. I'm gonna choose the rich guy then. If they exactly the same place with Christ and they exactly the same between the legs, then I mean, ain't gonna make my life harder. Cause the working man might be in survival mode. And one thing that I learned
uh,
about, and this is about men. Why I knew he was gonna say that. Oh, yeah, we know that. We know it.
hey, hey,
Every
hey.
time, every time they it's
'Cause
bias,
most
ain't
men,
it, to the booty.
most men going after that booty. Most men going after
It's
that booty.
bias
I'm
to the
sorry.
booty.
That's just
It's bias.
it's,
That's crazy.
hey,
It's wild.
hey, hey,
And here I
can't be
was
mad
doing
at him.
everything I could to lose my booty because it's too much attention. That's crazy. Nah, I'm
Yeah.
good. Anyway, um,
What do you know that?
here.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, so I was gonna say something, but I forget. He talking about you putting so much extra stuff on it. You're both the same guy. Like, okay, well,
Yeah.
ain't no telling. What you gonna choose? Did you hear the question about the woman? What you gonna choose? Cause I'm just saying. Oh, he's saying thank you. You welcome. I don't know what he said. Thank you too,
Probably just answer the
but
question, probably.
oh yeah, I ain't gonna make my life harder. If they both the same guy. Cause see, and that's what I was gonna say. One thing I've learned about a man, excuse me, that is in survival mode. Cause the working man might be in survival mode. And see, that's why I say it's circumstantial because if a man, any man, and it don't matter what race he is, if a man is in survival mode and he's not emotionally mature, that's not going to be a good relationship for me because we're going to argue a lot. He's going to get frustrated a lot, and it's not going to matter what I say. He's gonna be frustrated because he ain't got no money. And what if he's a man with actual good morals? He gonna feel bad. Like I believe that you deserve the world, Miss Studio, and I can't give it to you because I ain't got this, and I don't want no pity, man. Like it depends on a lot of stuff. If he teachable and he got God, we'll choose the working man. But I don't know. It just depends. Cause like rich men come with a lot too. They got busy schedules and a lot of times or they like to party a lot, you know what I'm saying? Both of which I'm not okay with. Me personally. I don't want to be married to no man who party every single weekend. I don't care how much money you got. I'm trying to be laid up and booed up. You know what I'm saying? I'm
I'm
trying to go in
booed
the
up.
kitchen and cook you like a good yes. What you mean? What are you talking about? When
Okay.
you inside a marriage, sex is worship to God. What are you saying? What? Sloppy. Moist. Like what? What are you multiple times a day? What are you talking about? Like in a marriage? What? He need to be there. I can't do that if he not there. What are
Mm.
you saying? I'm trying to worship the Lord every day. Now, what I look like? How I'm gonna be worshiping the Lord every day with my husband if he out for 6 months because he offshore, a working man? I can't do that. What's the point? Like what? What are you talking about? So that's why I said, like, bro, for me, I don't know, my priorities different. Like, I need other things. So, what you need, TG?
I mean, I agree with you, honestly. Like, I don't want no traveling wife neither. Like, I do want somebody at home because I don't like traveling as a man. Like, I don't, I really go to work and come home every night to my own bed, to my own family. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go to work and get off and go to a hotel or sleep in some bunk beds or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't trying. No, that ain't the life for me. Like, I want to be able to come home to my lady every night. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way
Every night.
I yeah, I feel like that's the way it was
Mm,
intended to be. I don't feel like we was
every night.
intended every night. Yeah, I don't feel like we was intended to be away from home as a
Exactly.
provider. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Exactly. Exactly.
if you single by all means, you know, travel, work, do all you can do when you single. You know, go off show. But I feel like once you say, "I do" to a woman and we married and we got document paperwork on this, then you should be at home with her every night. I do believe that.
Period. That's all I'm
You know.
saying. See, you get it. You get what I'm saying. I got papers on that thing line. And you talking about it's gonna be
Oh,
away from me 6 months at a time? Like, no. Like how am I gotta get me too. Like it's literally when we get married, it's your duty to get that booty. You know what I'm saying? Like where he at? Like I just you know what else to say? Absence make the heart grow fonder. Yeah, to another woman. Cause you can't sit up here and tell me my husband gone a whole year and he ain't, oh baby, I miss you on the phone. Well, where you at, baby? Cause you with somebody. You ain't with me. That's what the men's be saying. If you ain't giving it up to me, you giving it up to somebody. That's what they be saying. So let's turn it back around on them. You working offshore. How I know you being faithful? Cause I need you here.
mm,
Like, come on, man. I'm like smoking Norfolk. I need you now. Like, where you at? Where you at? Like, what? I'm trying to come to your job. Like, where he at?
that's
Oh,
smoky.
my smoking Norfolk. Yeah. You never
Yeah.
heard that song? It's a gospel song.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know. I know what you're talking
Like, I need you now. Like, what you mean? What are you talking about? Like,
about.
I'm trying to make my husband lunch for. Oh, you gotta go to work, baby. Here go your lunch. Don't leave without your lunch. Here go a kiss. Mwah. And then at lunch, I'm finna pop up at his job. Like, hey, you got this little corner office, lock the door real quick. I got this mini skirt on. What's up? That's my
What?
husband. You know
What?
what I'm
You trying to
saying?
get?
That's my husband.
He ain't gonna be unemployed long full of what you like.
The Lord would provide. That's my husband. That's my husband. Who trying to 2 or 3 times a day? What are you talking about? Like what? Talking about something. Like it depends on if that man like what kind of work he do. Oh, he trying to go out and party. He a rich man and he a good man and he a good Christian man, but he gone 6 weeks. I mean 6 days out the week, or he gone 4 days out the week. Sir, you can't be. That's not the word. Don't say leave your wife in heat. You don't say that. Where it say that? At? Am I going with him? I need to be going with him. Like what? What are you talking about?
I hear
So
that.
I don't know about that absence make the heart fonder. I feel like that's to another woman. You making it fonder to another woman because I ain't there to see. I need to see
Mm,
with my hands and with my eyes. If you my husband, like looking for a man who gone. What's the point of dating? And I'm doing all this time dating to find a husband so that we can settle down with. And then once we get married, you gone. Listen, working man or rich man, what I want that for? That don't make sense to me.
mm.
Now, to another woman, it might make sense. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, priorities are different. And she might choose the rich man because guess what? That rich man gonna feed. She can wear all the nicest, trendy clothes. She could go shopping, little Gucci, little Chanel, little
Little
Nanushka,
Prada.
little Prada. Little Balmain, little Bottega Veneta. You know what I'm saying? All the nice
Yeah.
things. All in, she not shopping at Neiman Marcus. You know what I'm saying? She's in the nice places, looking at the nice things, eating the delicious dinners with the private chef. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see nothing wrong with luxury. There's nothing wrong with that if you can afford it. And if you marry a husband that's rich and you enjoy that type of lifestyle and you okay with your bed being cold, she might have some toys. That's cool. That's cool for her. Kudos, baby. I love you for that. But that ain't me. What I need a toy for and I'm married to a man. Oh, okay. That's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. He right there in the flesh. Oh, okay. I mean, so because we talking greasy, so but yeah,
Hey.
so I feel like it costs a lot, like I was saying. Um, it costs preparation, it costs emotional regulation, it costs safety planning, it costs showing up warm, and open and attractive. Like even when life has been heavy, it costs us a lot. And so a woman pays before she ever leave the house. A woman pays with time, with effort, with discernment. She pays by asking herself, is this safe? Is this worth it? Am I being seen or just assessed? And a lot of that cost is invisible. You know what I'm saying? Like, because why? Like, because when it's done well, it looks effortless. You see what I'm saying? So when we talk about dating costs, we can't just count the dollars. We have to count what's being carried too.
Lord.
And that's really all I wanted to say tonight. So yes, women pay a cost, and it doesn't just show up on a receipt, And I submit this question to y'all, like, if dating feels effortless in on your end, like, who do you think absorbed the cost? Ooh,
Mm, okay.
you gonna answer that question, TJ?
Oh, I thought you said present it to us like you want us to think about it later. You know what I'm saying?
Think about it now. Think about it later. Now, later, it's some good
um,
candy.
nah, it is. It really is. It really is. Um,
He said it sounds good. Ooh. Or maybe he said it like this. Maybe he was like, sounds good, you know?
um,
It ain't no punctuation, so I don't know how to take that.
so you said, figure out where the cost goes.
So I said, if dating feels effortless on your end,
Mm,
who do you think absorbed the cost?
shoot, the man.
But ain't you the man?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if it feels effortless on your end, effortless on your
right.
end, you ain't putting in the effort. Who do you think absorbed the cost?
I get okay. So the woman absorbed it. Is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying, however you want to answer that question.
'Cause I feel like if it's effortless, and that mean to me effortless mean it runs smoothly. So if it runs smoothly, to me that means the man is going to cost.
Mm, great conversation. Thank you. Thank you.
So
This is my first time that he allowed me to host, and I am overjoyed and through the moon that I had this opportunity on your platform. And I thank you very much for
oh yeah,
giving me this opportunity.
oh yeah. I mean, I ain't got no problem with it. Anytime you want to do it, we can do it. All I need to know is what you want to talk about. You see what I'm saying? That's it for me. Like the platform that I'm creating is for everybody. It ain't just me. You know what I'm saying? Because I think we all have a unique mind and we all see things from different aspects of life. And so what's wrong with having conversations about it? Because in the grand schemes of things, we actually can learn from each other if we get out our own way sometimes. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like sometimes our pride and our ego um, gets in the way of allowing us to learn something from somebody else. But
I'm
if you
looking
could
at the
just come
comment.
together. Yeah, I already know what you're looking at. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But if we can just come together and be able to have discussions like this, the tough discussions, you know, who's to say what somebody say won't help the next person, you know? So, and that's what it's all about.
Oh, what you saying that I feel impelled. I mean, I feel compelled, not impelled. I feel compelled to to answer this question, right? And so
Mhm.
the question was if dating feels effortless on your end, somebody else, you know, like basically who do you think absorbed the cost? And I feel like somebody else did the work because ease usually means that intention happened somewhere, right? Time was
Right.
invested, energy was spent, somebody planned, prepared, adjusted, and considered the other person. Because effort doesn't just disappear, it literally transfers, right? So if one person is relaxed and present and enjoying the moment, it's often because the other person has handled the logistics, the emotional labor, or the risk. And I just wanted to add that, that effort really doesn't vanish. It just kind of transfers, it moves, right? So, or a better way to say this is ease is usually the result of unseen labor. And with that, that's all I had. I saw the comment, it said you had it right the first time. Sounds
Yeah.
good. It sounds good. And then he did like that. But
So,
yeah.
so if that's all you got there, hey, we're gonna get ready to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got any last words, or do you want to do the closing remarks? And I go first with, hey, however you want to do
So TG, do you have any this has been
it.
okay, let me stop. Okay, so but yeah, I do. So tonight wasn't about like who pays more, right? It was about recognizing the cost. Women's edition, right? Like if it felt easy, then somebody carried something. Y'all appreciate that, right? Honor that. And date with intention. Um, because dating isn't just about chemistry, like it's about consideration. So if you felt seen tonight, you know, somebody showed up, that's great. Let's do better for each other. And I'm logging out. Thank you for the opportunity. Good night, y'all. Stay vigilant.
Yes, ma'am. So, hey, once again, we gotta do this as she logs out. Gotta do it again one more time. A round of applause for Miss Studio. TG bring up anything single women next time. See the difference. I actually thought they were gonna be on tonight. I thought some of them was on earlier. Excuse me. It was a couple on earlier that I thought was gonna stick around, and we was gonna. I wanted to come up on the panel and actually talk with Miss Studio about the certain aspects that she was talking about with women and dating. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like they disappeared on us. But I mean, I can't. I be trying. I can't guarantee it, but I be trying. You know what I'm saying? So we had a couple last night that came up on. Um, no, he wasn't saying you. He was just saying different women. Um, but I am single. Yeah, he wasn't saying you're not single. He was just saying other women, so you can get other women's perspectives as well as yours. That's what he's saying. You know, we had a couple come up last night, so I thought they was gonna be back on tonight, and that we could have done that. But who knows? We might run another part to this. I don't know. This seemed like a hot topic. So if we have to run another part to it, we'll run another part to it. You know what I'm saying? I've been pondering in my mind what could be another part to this kind of series of the cost of dating for us men and women. Um, you know, so Bye. Appreciate you, Esther, for tapping in, man. Appreciate you for tapping in, hitting them comments up, bro. Hey, we appreciate you for that. Good night, y'all, guys. Appreciate you, Miss Studio, for what you brought to the panel tonight. Your first night hosting. I think you done an amazing job. Great job. Appreciate you. Hey, Esther said again, that unicorn. That unicorn. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, thank everybody that tapped in tonight. Thank everybody that commented, that liked the video, or whatever you brought to the table tonight. We appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? But like I always say before I get up out of here, you know what I'm saying? If you got somebody you love, go tell them, go see them, go spend time with them. Just go let them know, because what someone is going through today, it can easily be you tomorrow. So when will you be on again? I'll be on again tomorrow night. I try to go live every night around 8. I try to, and every night we kind of had a different topic. On the weekend, it's kind of an open panel. We just, whatever's on anybody's mind, we talk about. You know what I'm saying? But during the week, I try to have a topic that I think is a good topic to relate to have a debate or a conversation about, to get people's opinion on. But I try to be live every night around 8. Now, some nights I'm not going to be live. Life be life sometimes, but for the most part, you can catch me every night at 8 for the most part. So, hey, I appreciate you. I hope you continue to tap in, man. You're a big part of tonight's show. So, you keep continue to bring that energy. Hey, I ain't got no problem with it. Whatever energy you bring, you know what I'm saying? I don't care how you get here, just as long as you're here. Whatever you bring in, you bring. You know what I'm saying? So, appreciate you. So, like I said, if you like the video, hit that like button, hit that share button. Hey, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another friend, and hopefully they will tell another friend. You know what I'm saying? But this has been another episode of Talking Greazy. So we'll see you next time, man. Hey, y'all stay safe out there, stay prayed up, and stay blessed. Appreciate y'all.